Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to have a look at Hela at 9 stars without exclusive runes. Bear with me. So without exclusive runes, I have gone for DPS runes because of her passive now. The DPS runes, the healing runes were very good, in fact, and the reason that I thought that the DPS runes were, the healing runes would have come in handy is because if we jump into the Hope Tree, at the start of every season, I think that players should be going for not Grace of Hunters. Here we go. So for Grace of Hunters, getting that additional heal, but as it stands, there is enough healing to go around, I think, especially if you build your teams correctly. So what do you get for Hela at 9 stars? Well, you unlock the second part of her passive here. So at the start of each round, Hela applies Pledge of Death to all allies, increasing their attack by 60% of Hela's attack for 1 round. So it cannot coexist, so you can't use Atrops in the same boat as Hela, because Atrops' pledge will override Hela's. What will happen though is Atrops, I believe, will include Hela's attack increase as it stands. So the way that it will work is that Atrops' pledge will override Hela's pledge, but it will also include the attack from Hela as well that Hela gives. I think that's how it works. But what we're going to do is jump into Lost City. We'll go ahead and test Hela out. Now we are going to stage 505 currently. This is the highest level that I can get. It is Mystifiers. So bear with me. Let me just go ahead and build a team and we'll jump straight in. Okay, so going ahead and built a team. I am going to keep Hela on this front row to swap with Dahlia. We will see whether or not this team can get the job done. Now, I don't expect to win this one, but might as well try at least. And what I've gone for is the double attack that we get. We also have the flame banner for additional protection, and also, to be fair, I think what I'm going to do is change this up to Night's Edge, and the reason for that is because of the cooldown that it does provide. So it is much more likely to proc, should we say, or it stops us from having to go 5 rounds without relics to just 3 rounds with relics, and we can repeat the cycle once that round 3 kicks in. So we'll see. Go ahead and jump in. And we should hopefully, yeah, because I've got the Soul Binding Lance up to 4 stars, we do have the cost reduction there, so it will proc immediately, allowing for our team to, before the hits get in, before enemy hits get in, we'll just have to see. So we have got Hela again. We have got her attack being added to the rest of the team here. Unfortunately, there is a Lachesis on the team, so our Holy Shields are just going to go to pot. As soon as Lachesis does attack, hopefully we can freeze Lachesis before anything too bad happens. Yeah, and we do get the freeze as well, so it's not bad at all. And then we should see Hela do some big damage here. That is not as much as I would have liked, to be fair, but that is going up significantly as well. And all those holy shields have been removed now, unfortunately, so it is what it is. But we should get them back sooner or later. I think Hela is just going to go straight down here unless we can crit. No, we don't get a crit on Merlin. We kind of need a crit on Merlin. Come on. There we go. So we get a crit. We confuse, but we don't heal. Confuse come. Whoa, flipping out. That is a lot of damage from Dahlia. That is not bad at all. And what I am going to do is, instead of checking this team out again, we are going to check the team out again, but what I want to do this time is I want to change up. So I have picked up Hela's runes as well, her exclusive runes, and I want to go and see whether or not it is possible, or whether or not they are worth it effectively. So we'll go ahead and see here, hopefully get the freeze in. We don't get the freeze on Merlin, which does take our entire team out. So I think we've seen enough here. Not got enough damage to finish things off. but it was a good test, and we saw how much damage was being done. So bear with me. So I have got Hela's runes here. As you can see, I don't have enough to get her up to the unique runes for her, but we'll go ahead and see whether or not it makes a difference attack-wise. So we do get an additional 50%, so it is 110% of Hela's attack that all allies are getting. So the higher Hela's attack is, the better off we'll be. So moving into this round 2, hopefully we should see a massive, massive improvement in damage done, but we'll have to see. So we do get the attack increase here, HP goes up, and we do get even more. So we get damage reduction on enemies, and so okay, so we do get the freeze here, and we get the freeze there as well. Seeing a lot of damage going through already. That's higher numbers than we've seen previously. So the runes do seem to be taking in effect as well. And we do get the freeze on enemy Lachesis. Hopefully that's a 2-turn freeze. No, it is what it is. Do we get crits here? No, no crits. That is a shame. How many crits do we get on this one? So a bit less damage, but it is what it is. Does the buff get removed? I don't know. No. Doesn't seem that way, but Ophelia getting the crits in, so we can go ahead and increase our attack here, attack and HP, which will also buff our HP with thanks to Ophelia. Seeing less damage than we would normally see. Bit strange, but there's a fair chunk of damage from Dahlia here as well. Not bad. We'll take that. Lots of crits going through, but no freeze effect, which is a shame. Do we get a freeze effect here? We do, but we don't get it on Athena or Stannard, which is what we're looking for. It is what it is. And we do get the triple from Eudora, which means that enemies cannot attack, which is good. We get the freeze here. And without crits, we're doing absolutely massive damage. So the attack going up is not bad at all. And it seems as though, yeah, the freeze kicking in. And yeah, this is crazy numbers on basic attacks as well. So yeah, it seems as though the runes do add a lot of damage in here. So I wonder what it's going to be like on an all Ethereals team. I might take out Dahlia, or I might keep Dahlia in, take out Ophelia, and put in Amaterasu as well, but we'll see. This is a lot of damage from Hela here. Hella damage, one might say. Crazy. How much is Ophelia doing? Not as much, but it's still very significant damage as well. So let's see how much damage we get from Elisha there. Very good. It looks like Eudora to do the most, 36% of the damage done. Not bad, but Hela coming second. So just tells you that she is putting up the numbers. Okay, so we've found out that we can clear stage 505 with Hela, and let's jump into some PvP. Okay, so we jumped into some PvP here. Again, a strong enemy lineup from our opponent here, including enemy Hela as well, so should scale with us. Hopefully anyway. It does have enemy Hades and Pandora on the team, so hopefully we can get Taunt in here, and we can get some reflection back to Pandora, hopefully anyway, but we'll see. So we do proc, and enemy does proc as well, so we'll just see how much that impacts things. We do unlock our back row, our ultimates on the back row, but again the problem is that we have been taunted, so it won't take effect. We have fortunately managed to stun enemy Pandora, which is huge for us in this lineup. So let's see just how much damage we are doing here. Fair amount of damage from relics as well, but that is it for relic damage, and 4,000 just on one hit alone. That is massive. So we will see. We get the reflect back as well, doing significant damage. That is not bad. And our Leviathan has been stolen, and so it's going to be a real uphill struggle, I think, from here on out, but we'll see. If our Behemoth goes down, we should get a stun on the enemies as well, which I think is going to be really important, but we'll see. We are stunned for 2 turns as well. That is thanks to the elephant here, and double attacks from the opponent executed, but we do stun all enemies as well just before their relics kick in. Hopefully the elephant can survive for a couple more turns. Opposing elephant has been stunned. We'll see how much Gaia is doing here. Or we could not. That's fine too, because of the dodges. There we go. So we do get Celestial Trigger popping off, and that is 89,000 million from Hela alone. That is crazy damage there. I'd love to see how much Astrid is doing, but we do know that there is a very, very high attack from Hela, and that is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage, and not too much coming back our way either, which is nice. You get the stun on enemy Ophelia, and now, Gaia flipping heck. Decent, but Hela to do the most in that one. Looks like she is most definitely worth it, it seems. Yeah, that is crazy amounts of damage. Let me test somewhere else as well. Okay, so we're in Palace of Penrose this time, because there is a new Palace of Penrose coming out, so I do want to see just how effective this team can be. I was previously in this spot, I was running Cleo. Cleo does provide additional protection for our team, but I think the increase in damage, the increase in attack from Hela might just be worth it here. We do get the stun on enemy Lachesis as well. That is huge, because it just means that our shields will not be removed here. Doing reasonable damage here, but not as much as I would like, to be honest. But we did get the swap between Hela and Dahlia here, so we're going to see relatively low damage numbers from our enemies, but should be absolutely fine here. Holy Shield protection kicking in, and how much damage are we doing here? 30k, 30,000 million. That is not bad, and I think this will go up again. Yep, to 73,000 million. That is nice damage. Again, it doesn't look like we're doing altogether too much damage to enemies, but we should see that go up and up and up with the more crits that we do, which is why I'm running Excalibur in this particular slot here. So we'll go ahead and see whether or not we can push even more damage on these guys. It is a lot of damage to get through, to be fair, or a lot of HP to get through. And do we get the stun? We do get the stun on all 5 of them, so that just means that for the next couple of rounds that we will we'll be safe from harm. So fortunate for us, I think. New Dora here starting to do actually less damage than I thought she would be. Do we get the attack ups as well, or are we fully built up? Looks like we are fully built up here. Yeah, 50 out of 50. And that is nice damage. That is a lot of damage that we see. How much is Elisha doing here? That is not bad at all. And Dali here doing significantly more damage as well. That is crazy. And there we go. That is it finished off. So that is yeah, that is not bad. I think we have, yeah. So we've won this one. And do we win round 3? Maybe. No, we don't. Unfortunate. So let's go ahead and check stats out. And it looks like Hela to do the most there. Let me try this again. What I will do, I'm going to take out Dullahan on here. And let's pop in Cleo in this spot. Let's try that one more time. So we've seen we can take them down by round 4. And let's see this victory screen. And there we go, spot on. So looks like Wu to do the most, but Hela again to do the most. She is really, really strong. Really strong. I'm very much enjoying Hela. It is, yeah, really powerful. Now, I haven't been able to test her out in Gloomwoods. I've not been back for long enough. But I think, to be fair, it may be worth checking Emily out, and we'll see how far I can push Bloodhell Queen, and I'll see how far I can push Northern Duke tomorrow with Hela now active. So thanks very much for watching. Hope it's been informative for you. She is very, very powerful indeed. She's a beast, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.